What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. A lot of neck movement in that opening. I should get that checked. How you doing? Welcome to the DDR podcast, episode 10. Coming in for the win. Glad to have you here. Super happy that you stopped by. A lot of fun things to talk about today. Let's go ahead and get the intros and formalities and the pleasantries out of the way by saying hello to the one, the only, Queen of the Green, the peeps that make this thing pop off the way that it should. Amarilli. What up, indeed. Super glad to have everybody here in the realm of the DDR podcast. Just to let you know, you could follow each and every one of us here, the two of us here, at social media outlets such as Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, such and such. We're always doing it up. You can follow me at David Funny Stuff. You could follow Anne-Marie at Anne-Marie Lee Comedy. Just so you know. Also, we got shows, peeps. We got shows for yous, peeps. That's right, comedy shows. We do them, so you could check them out, all right? I have Laugh It Off at Hotel Cafe with Adam Schieber, okay? Also, I have District 7 with Anne-Marie Lee on the 24th of July. Am, I know you got some stuff coming up, right? What do you got?
Got the Improv on Monday.
Hollywood Improv on Monday. Make sure you go ahead and check out Anne-Marie Lee Comedy for info on that so you can check it out. But also, before we go ahead and move forward, I gotta let you know these one-of-a-kind, exclusive, limited edition, handcrafted polar bear titties are on sale. And guess what? I will be putting the links. I actually noticed that in the description, I did not put the links to be able to purchase the polar bear titties. My bad, guys. Sorry. I know. I've already had a lot of people give me a shout out wanting to go ahead and purchase them because I'm in LA and they're in other places, so they want them shipped, their titties. So I'm going to do that. Link in the description. Make sure you go ahead and peep those out. And by those, I mean them titties. Am, are you ready to go ahead and fire things off with these amazing topics that we have to talk about today?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's go right into it. Let's dive into it like a kiddie pool filled with 8 children, and you have no business cannonballing inside of that mofo. So let's do it. Here we go. Topic number 1, current events. And this has to do with right here in our very own home of the DDR podcast. Our very own Anne-Marie Lee just finished with a lemonade master cleanse. Round of applause, everybody. Come on now. Let's hear it. Come on. Bubble break on that note, because, I mean, that's it. You just finished it, what, a day ago? 2 days ago, lemonade cleanse complete. That is the master cleanse. I actually did the master cleanse myself, so when she told me she was going to do it, I was all for motivating, cheering her on, and asking her, what is she feeling? What is she experiencing? Because I knew that I tapped into like a new well of energy. My thinking, everything just changes when you're in that 10-day cleanse. What is it that you feel now after the 10 days, after the cleanse? What would you say you're feeling? How is your mind, your body, your energy, your spirit? How do you feel?
It just feels good to actually take a shit.
Right. I know. I know exactly what it is that you're talking about, because when you're in the middle of the cleanse, your bowels aren't digesting and processing food the way that it should. So what you do is what is known as a salt water flush. So you drink warm salt water, iodized salt, a lot of warm water, and that's going to help you flush out all the bad stuff. And where's that going to come out? It's either going to come out through one way or through the other way. But more importantly, you want it to come out through your butt, because that's where that is gonna go. So Congratulations to Anne-Marie. Is there anything that you would advise to anyone that wants to take... You lose 10 pounds in 10 days because you're technically not eating anything. You're not eating anything except for this particular concoction that is devised. And we can go ahead and if you hit us up, we'll have Am send you all the ingredients personally if you're looking to clean yourself out and kind of like a step-by-step process on how to do it, because she has actually shed some pounds. I know I did, and it's crazy, and it's actually good to have your organs and everything resting a little bit and not processing any solid foods, because too much of that, and after a while it can just be some wear and tear because you may not be eating the healthiest of foods. So it's a good restart button for your system. So Am accomplished the master cleanse. She is the master.
Yeah, it just feels good to take a proper shit.
There you go. Shout out to the shitting, because that's what you got to do when you're cleaning up the mess that is inside of you. Onward to other phenomenal topics. There is apparently a recall. This is more so in the vein of movie news. Toy Story 4. I didn't see it. I didn't watch it. I haven't seen a couple of movies that have been meaning to check out. I've been more on the Netflix and Hulu side of things, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Forky recall. Forky is a very important character in the new Toy Story 4. Did you know about Forky, Am?
About the recall?
Not about the recall. We're going to get to the recall in just a minute, but do you know about Forky from Toy Story 4?
Like about his background, like where he came from?
I don't know about his background. I really don't know too much about Forky's background per se.
Like his hood?
I don't know about Forky's hood. I don't know anything about Forky. To me, Forky is a stranger. Forky is someone that no one really knows too much about. Unless you've seen the movie, then hey, kudos to you. But hey, they've been making merchandise of Forky.
But
you know,
wait, is Forky a fork?
Forky, I think he's a spork. Believe it or not, we'll pull up the image. But the last I remember, I think Forky was actually a spork, which is a fusion. It's a fusion of a spork. It's a fusion of a spoon and a fork. It's like those ones that you get at Taco Bell.
So it's like a fork and a spoon had a baby.
Correct. It's a mutant utensil. That's probably going to be the title of the episode. Mutant Utensils. And that's another great name for a band as well. What's up, everybody? Welcome. We are Mutant Utensils. Hope you enjoy the show.
Eat my dinner.
Eat my dinner. Eat my dinner. That would be amazing. So, apparently the Forky toy from the Toy Story 4 movie merchandise is causing choking hazards. Who knows if it's one of the googly eyes or one of the little twizzle sticks from the top of the... I don't know. But hey, return it or even keep it. That might be worth something. What do you think? If you keep recalled items, do they usually increase in value if it's a certain kind of merchandise? Because it's like kind of limited edition. 80,000 isn't really a whole lot. I mean, it is a lot, but...
I mean, if you take a look at Forky, though, he looks kind of like he would try to, choke a kid or something. He looks a little...
Oh, so you think, I
like
see
Forky
what's
is
going on here. You're creating a narrative where Forky is a murderer. I love it. I love it.
Like the new Chucky. Watch.
Yo, and the thing is that they came out with Child's Play the same weekend as Toy Story 4. Coincidence? I think not. But hey, man, shout out to those kids that bought that crappy toy.
Did you see Forky?
If I've seen them, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've seen... It's a weird looking toy. It's a weird looking toy. We're going to try to pull up various shots throughout this entire topic segment, but definitely we're going to let it be known that...
His face looked like he just took a couple shots.
I get it. Oh, man.
Like, where's the bitches? Like,
Hey!
shots,
Am I a toy? Oh, man. But like I said, we've been kind of not necessarily been heading out at the movies so much because we've been working and performing and stuff like that, staying busy with other things. But we have been Netflixing, and we caught the entire third season of Stranger Things. Stranger Things. It's a show about kids finding out government experiments that go wrong in a small town. It's a great show. I loved it. I've been watching since season 1, and then I had to catch up to season 2. I was like, season 3 is around the corner. They've been promoting it for 4th of July week. So I figured if we're talking about stuff that's happened in the past week, let's talk about Stranger Things 3. I really, really liked it. I felt like when this show pushes that button of nostalgia, like it's on the fingers on the pulse of that nostalgia for our generation. There's something that you can relate to if you're into that show. I dig it. I personally don't think it's the most amazing story ever told in the history of... No, it's not that. It's a fun show to watch. You're not trying to put an Oscar or an Emmy, or give them something, because some of the effects in that show are phenomenal. And what are your takes on season 3 of Stranger Things?
Watch it.
Watch it. Honestly, check it out. I don't want to give away any spoilers. I think if you can, you could totally knock out seasons 1 and 2 in a couple weeks, and then you could jump right into season 3. But it's a whole bunch of kids that they're all friends, and they start to figure out these weird things that are happening in their small town, and it's pretty amazing. I'm gonna be honest with you. I shed some tears at the end of season 3. I'm not going to say why. I'm not going to spoil it. I think I'm going to be teetering on whether or not I should spoil things that I bring up that I had just recently seen, just so that the people that do watch the video don't get the ending or parts of the shows or TVs or movies that I watch spoiled. So I think I'm going to take care of my viewers and listeners by not necessarily divulging too much information. But damn it, tears came out. I cried. And it was worth it. Good tears. Good old-fashioned tears. Season 3, Stranger Things. Check it out. Also, in other news, I've been seeing a lot of people do this. I haven't done it myself. Not that I can't do it, because I totally could. But people all over social media, celebrities, randos, crazies, normal people, they've been doing what is called the bottle cap challenge. Okay, I usually don't like to catch on trends like the ALS ice bucket challenge. Even though Amory did nominate me for the ALS ice bucket challenge, I didn't even know she nominated me. Did you think that I was going to watch that video? Because that was very early on YouTube, like social media. I wasn't even on that stuff all that much for you to be like, and was I the first you nominated?
I don't even remember, like,
filming it?
I don't even remember filming it.
Jesus. That ALS ice bucket challenge just...
video, I was just like, I nominated you and a couple other Miami comics, and I was like, oh yeah, that's right. But I didn't think anything of it. Like,
I thought it was cool. I didn't think anyone had nominated me for quite some time, and then after like years after the challenge had ended, then I found out that you had challenged me, and I thought that was adorable.
I didn't even know how to follow up with the challenge. Back in the day, if there was a challenge on YouTube, you would record it, right? And you would challenge someone, and then that would be it.
Another challenge that I had heard of was the man bun challenge, where people would go around with scissors and cut men's man buns off and then go running. Did you ever hear about that?
No.
You didn't ever hear about that? Well, it was pretty wild. Like, people would just go around everywhere cutting men's man buns off because apparently...
Were they collecting it to make some sort of...
I don't know.
Fashion accessory?
I don't know. I really don't know the motives behind cutting the man bun. Apparently, people hated the man buns. I wasn't ever not a fan of the man buns. If you wanted to rock a man bun, go for it. Do whatever you got to do. Man bun it up.
Was it to donate for an association for?
Nothing. No ALS proceeds. No link to the disc. Nothing. And this bottle cap challenge is even more senseless and ridiculous because guess what? Celebrities, famous people, randos, and crazies are all putting bottles on top of a stand, and then what they do is they roundhouse kick the cap off, and if you do it, you get some sort of a prize. I'm not sure what the prize is, but
I think it's probably like a like and a comment.
A like and a comment?
When you post a video.
How many likes and comments do you think that we'll get if we start kicking a whole bunch of balls? I think we should start our own challenge. I think we should start our own challenge and but really challenge people, you know? I think that the word challenge also is like, it's a bit much. Like bottle cap challenge, like, oh, here's you ready for a challenge? Ready for a bottle cap challenge? It's like, oh man, dude, what am I gonna get into? All right, you got to roundhouse kick a bottle cap off of a bottle. It's just like, that doesn't sound like really much of a challenge. I thought I was gonna have to like fight somebody. It's just like, well, just do it because everybody else is doing it. I don't know. I just don't get all of the social media trends, and they're pretty random. They're pretty fun. I get it, but I don't know if I'm on board. But somebody, bottle cap challenge me. I dare you. A lot of tension there. I'm gonna bubble break real quick. Can you believe it? Just people challenging other people. The kind of conflict that incites to go ahead and challenge others. Come on, man. We're trying to be a peace-loving community. Trying to roundhouse kick your way into some sort of a war. Can you imagine that? Countries start challenging other countries to bottle cap challenges? Is that too far? Is that too extreme? Is that too much to ask? I don't know. You ever roundhouse kicked anyone, Am?
Twice.
Twice? Really? Don't say... Twice? Don't say twice, just say twice. Twice. You roundhouse kick somebody twice. The first person, who was it?
High school.
And did they... Wow. In high school? That's awesome. And then the second time? What grade?
The year after high school.
The year after high school? So basically it was just like in high school they tested you and you were just like, wow!
That was one of the moves, yeah.
That was one of the... And then after high school you were just like, do I still got it? And you were like, I do.
Second time around was more instinctual.
It was more instinctual.
I had a dude try to grope me, so I turned around and punched him and then roundhouse kicked him in the face.
Fuck yeah. Sorry. But just kind of grope.
You like that word?
Grope.
I don't know. Grope is it?
Pop to it.
It's got a pop. Well, I'm popping the P, so whatever. Oh man, this is just bananas. The times that we're living in, where people are bottle challenging one another. Well, Toontown fight. Apparently, in the happiest place in the world, things could be a little bit unhappy. And some people were unhappy this past week when an entire family in the middle of Toontown in Disneyland broke out into what could only be described as one of the most ratchet-ass UFC training videos that you could ever imagine in your entire life. A family of, 5, maybe 6, got into it.
There was like 8 of them.
8 people, and that's including the babies. Because the babies were doing a lot of screaming, and that had to do with the intensity of the video. So I saw one guy in red just going to town, punching dudes, punching women, knocking old women down, ignoring the little tiny babies. In the middle of, how did it get there? Did someone not get their Mickey Mouse hat sewn in? Did someone not meet the height requirements of the teacups? But seriously, Em, what do you think caused such a scuffle?
The girl got mad and took a picture with Mickey.
The girl got mad, he took a picture with Mickey?
Yeah.
So, because he did say, you wanted this and I told you. Or something like that. That's, to some extent, I'm paraphrasing. But possibly. I wish that...
He ate all the snacks.
Man, probably ate all the snacks that they walked into the park. But they usually don't... Do they let you walk into the parks with snacks?
If you hide them in the right places.
If you hide them in the right places. Hopefully they don't melt. That'll be great. But honestly, man, dude, it's a fight in one of the happiest places on earth. Well, a million different things could have happened. A million different things could have happened. Like, seriously, there is alcohol that is served in those particular places, in the theme parks and stuff like that. I don't know if they serve alcohol in Toontown, but, man,
They serve a can of whoop-ass.
They served a can of whoop-ass. How many fights do you think have broken out at Disney in the history? A lot, right?
I mean, not documented.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out, like, how many times a fight like that has broken out in Disney World. Maybe Universal, but I can't.
Like a Fight Club thing where a bunch of people are fighting.
Meet up at Disney World. Yep. You think Six Flags has a fight club? Yep.
Came out.
Yeah. First rule of Disney Fight Club: you don't talk about Disney Fight Club. Second rule of Disney Fight Club: you don't talk about Disney Fight Club. So good. So good. Shout out to the family. Apparently they didn't press charges to any member at all. Good for them.
Got some cotton candy for the trauma.
Did the kid? I don't think they did.
I think so.
I don't think they did. I'm going to say that the kids had...
are very nice with the kids who are unfortunately with those type of parents.
I've
been into altercations with my family before, and when I was little, they'd give me candy for seeing that traumatic thing that just happened in front of me.
So you think that the kid had received some sort of little thing or something? Disney treat for the whole ordeal.
While his parents were getting arrested. Absolutely. Yeah, they take care of the kids. Absolutely.
You think that kid's going to remember that experience for the rest of his life?
Absolutely.
Not the good one. I'm talking about the bad one. And the bad one being the dude in the red just going around Muhammad Aliing everybody.
Slapping those girls.
He was pimp slapping mixed with a little bit of knocking out. Like, there was one lady that fell on the floor and she just fell flat like a starfish. I'm just saying. Like, he laid some of them people out. He's like, I told you. I was like, damn, dude, that's...
You think they remixed that already?
Maybe. Like, into a song?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you can pull some decent audio, because I was watching the video.
I told you.
Maybe. I told you. I told you. I don't told you. I don't told. Bah! And it's just like a little smack. Now you just made my job in the editing room that much more difficult. Damn it. Whatever. It's all good. Comedy. Oh, man. We saw two videos as we wrap things up with these doozies, man. I can't get enough of these crazy people. I don't know where this was located at, but I saw this floating around on the internet. A lady is on top of, I think, the green section of the produce aisle, and it's where the little mists, the little mists that are on top of the fruits and vegetables section. She's on top of it, and she's feeling on her leg, and she's like, I'm a black woman, I got black children, I don't know. She's mumbling something, and there's a gentleman that's trying to get her off of the produce. I get it, it's for the sanctity of the freshness. And so I don't know what led to that moment. That video has no context. It's kind of just some person approaching this lady who is laying on top, belly down, onto this, what was it? Was it the cucumbers, or was it... I didn't mean to say cucumbers for comedic effect, but it was on top of the cabbage or the dill, or was it on top of... I know that there was a lot of greens in that particular section.
It was on top of the romaine.
It was on top of the romaine.
Greens, and she was rubbing the mixed greens on her skin.
Was she rubbing... What do you think in her mind was she trying to do? Was she making sweet, sweet love to the greens, or was she trying to, like, not imbuke, but like embody a salad? Was she trying to become one with the vegetables?
I think it was a mixture of that and just the texture of the mixed greens onto her skin. She kept rubbing it, so it was kind of
like aloe.
Exactly. It was very stimulating, the feeling of the lettuce on her skin. She was on psychedelics.
Yes. And she was just thoroughly enjoying it. She was like, oh my God.
god, I'm a cucumber, or like one of the vegetables.
Something just for us to get context, because in the entirety of the video, as you'll see, she's not getting off of that produce aisle. It's important to her to have this be a thing. And I would love to sit down with that woman after what had happened, maybe speak to the gentleman that looks directly into the camera during the entirety of the video and ask him, hey, what led to this? What's going on? I would even like to ask her, hey, what led to this? What's going on? Just to kind of know more or less what had been happening up until that point, because I am just captivated and enthralled by that little piece of internet gold. But there's another little bit of internet gold that we just saw right before we started recording this episode. And that's right, we saw another lady walk into a store and try to use a little kiddie phone, one of those little play phone toys, okay? Not recalled, by the way. No choking hazards on this one. No Forky situation over here. But they tried to have a fake kiddie play school Fisher Price credit card used in an actual bodega and use it to charge up and ring up an item. And the guy behind the camera is recording the whole time from behind the register. And he's telling her, that's not a real phone. This is a toy phone. You're not using your phone. You're not calling anybody. And the card, if you can tell, is not an actual debit or credit card. It's a toy plastic card with no engravings, no numbers, no information. It's just a sticker, and the lady is she's on something as well. She's either on.
Yeah,
let's make this very clear. Both of the
women,
yes,
they were on something. So we're not talking about mental illness here. We're talking about where are they getting their drugs.
Everybody talks about mental illness being a thing. That's no joke. But what's even a bigger no joke is people that are taking these illegal narcotics and they're taking them and they're going into the public and trying to integrate themselves into society like a normal citizen. And I'll tell you this right now, it's not looking normal. It looks like a glitch inside of a video game when you see a gigantic woman on top of produce and a rather other large woman go to the countertop and try to pay with a fake Fisher Price credit card and make phone calls with a fake Fisher Price phone. It's
like, where are they getting these drugs?
Where are they getting them? Who's giving them to them?
I think the second lady was definitely PCP.
The second lady might have been PCP. I only saw Training Day once, so I think to some effect she may have been seeing what Ethan Hawke was seeing in that movie, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
I want to hear what she's hearing on the other line of that phone.
I want to talk to those two women. If any of those two women are watching this episode, I hope not. I hope that we get to speak to them. If you reach out to either one of those women, if you watch this show, if you listen to this show, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to start putting the links of the videos into the description. I think it's only fair to the people watching this because I really want people that are watching these episodes and listening to these episodes to communicate to some degree to these people that are appearing on our shows, because it is ridiculous, it is insane, and it's batshit hilarious, and I love it.
It's a golden nugget of awesomeness.
I couldn't help but enjoy myself as I was watching these videos, and I'm sure that you are all going to be able to enjoy them as well, because I'm going to, yeah.
We enjoyed it because they were enjoying it. She was having a blast in that lettuce, and you know what? That girl, she was making her phone calls.
She was making her phone calls.
It was known to her that she was making those phone calls, whether people believed it or not. And she, God bless her and her phone.
Don't let anybody steer you in a different direction. Commit, okay? You're going to figure it out for yourself whether what you did was good or bad, okay? We'll figure it out after. And that's what is going to be playing out for the scenarios for these two women. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up. Episode 10, we did it! Yes! Anne-Marie, we did it! We did it!
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
That's how many? 10. We did 10 episodes. Also, with 10 episodes comes new looks, new things that we're going to probably be trying out for these kinds of shows. And I know that you want to see something maybe a little bit different. Like, you had a suggestion, right? Popcorn. We should get some popcorn. Wait, just in general for everybody or just for you?
The more the merrier.
The more the merrier. I'm not going to get any popcorn, but I think I'm going to get some popcorn for Anne-Marie in the green room.
Have suggestions of what type of popcorn on the comment section.
By all means, if you have any suggestions for new things that we could add on to the show.
Just the popcorn.
Oh, just the popcorn. So if you just have suggestions for the popcorn, not suggestions on the show in general, which you can, put them on the comment thread below. We love each and every one of you. We're 10 episodes in. Hopefully we do 10 more. 10,000 more. It doesn't matter. However many we do, we are just so happy that everyone is here listening to us. And shout outs to everybody that's made this all possible. All the people that have put us on shows up until 10 episodes. Shout out to Anne-Marie Lee in the green room. Popcorn indeed. So make sure you get your polar bear titties. Link in the description. Shows coming up. Make sure you follow us on social media at David Funny Stuff, at Anne-Marie Lee Comedy to get your tickets and your info on upcoming shows. We love each and every one of you that are listening and watching. Thank you so much for the first 10 episodes being so much fun. And here we go, onward and upward. Peace.